In this week's edition of Authors Revealed, Becky Anderson talks with Mike Krol. The local man is not only the president and CEO of Naperville Settlement, but is also a photographer whose work can now be seen at Anderson's Bookshop.
Welcome to Authors Revealed. I'm Becky Anderson, but today we're going to call this Photographers Revealed. And today we have Mike Krol, who is the interim at the Naperville Settlement and the Heritage Society, with some of his gorgeous photography that are now in prints and calendars and wonderful postcards. What brought this love of photography?
As far as photography goes, it goes way back to probably my youth. I just always had a love of taking pictures, and I would take pictures, hundreds of them. You know, I never did anything with them until I think probably Mr. Naperville himself, Ray Kenny, said, well, I ought to do something with them at one point. And finally I started getting a little more serious about it. Mo and I had a goal to play golf in all 50 states. So we set about doing that, and while we were doing that, she said, you know, you ought to bring your camera along and let's do some other things. So what we did is we identified the national parks that were around, and we'd go to the national parks, and I would photograph them.
You know, the new statue just down the street from the store here, the Joe Naper statue, it's a pretty amazing statue.
Yes.
Are you hoping to take some great photography of that in all seasons?
Yes, I am. I drive by it every single day to work and from work. And I look at it every day, checking the lighting out depending upon the day. So I intend to take a whole bunch of that.
So are there any other places in Naperville that you feel like you haven't captured, you really haven't photographed that much, and you're hoping to do so?
Knox Knoll Park down there, Seeger Park. There's a lot of things along the river too that I think are just beautiful, that just need to be captured. And I've seen other photographers capture them, and they've done a great job on them. But yeah, there's a lot of locations.
So Mike, tell us everything that's happening at the settlement, because a lot of your photographs have to do with what's going on at Naperville Settlement.
Well, my position there right now is interim president and CEO, while they're doing a search for a permanent replacement for Peggy Frank, who had been there for 33 years.
Tell us some of the plans that are happening, because that's what I'm excited about. Because I think you have more opportunities for taking some great photography with the play area that's going to be happening and everything. So.
Well, in the back of the settlement, the southern part of the settlement, is an area we call Fort Payne. So we're taking the back part of that fort and we're developing a playscape area there, early development playscape area there, which will address 2 to 7-year-olds, which is an area that we're missing in the settlement right now.
It'd be great for families with young children.
Yes.
Great talking with Mike Krol, interim director at the Naperville Settlement, and his glorious photography of Naperville. Back to you, Jen.
Thanks, Becky. If you're interested in the full interview with Mike Krol, visit nctv17.com for a list of air times. And we'll leave you now with a few downtown visitors who stopped by to say hello.